Margaret Mary in Glasgow.
The college face of life. Sister Colette stands at the top of the class of 15 second-year students in an all-girls Catholic inner school to administer religion. Under the umbrella guidance of the school's past founder, Nan OnTheNail, but not just religion, her religion, traced thus mapped out by each and every charter chosen in rich footstep, enfolded under the reverent guidance in every stepping moment as a shining testimony, following a greater, higher and almighty force. Her angelic face steeped in history, a soft-spoken, calm voice that speaks floweringly and glowingly, describing her faraway travels. To unique and colour and capture our minds, I with descriptive scenes of her explored and travelled Ecuador. Her inner beauty traced by the lines and folds of her glistening light, emitting from each and every fine contour of her graceful face. Every light in rich, fine line depicting junctions, U-turns, stops, starts, reflecting her every graceful and guided direction. Her limpid, vivid olive green eyes sparkle in wonder as she descriptively describes her life's journeys. Her rosy pink cheeks mirror the sunlight of joyfully shared moments, travelling with a deep sense of inner connectiveness with everyone who was privileged to cross her path, thus share in her chosen enlightened pathway. She vividly and colourfully portrays each experience as individual and unique, with precise recollection of every country. The focal point including a vivid account of their individual culture, creed, religious festivals, rituals and beliefs. A love-filled, warm, glowing description encasing every encaptured moment of her travels, bringing colourful life to names, people and places. Her slender earlobes opening only to hear wonder, each sound an echo of the pleasant, low, musical, enriched tones, of cool running water lapping and turning, glistening to shore, amid soft, quiet soundings of twilight's moonlit fall. The quiet flutter of her pale eyelids as her upturned eyelashes dance to the colourful intrusion of the rainbow, cascading gently across the open window's expanse in space, softening her furrowed brow in its wake as she waits in stillness the warmth and touch of this miraculously timed, heat-filled moment. Her nostrils upturned to sense the complete expanse of her awakening, renewed surroundings. Her rounded chin gathered her every soft contour to individually map out a colourful canvas, Christ-like in image, beauty and abundance of grace. Her lips poised open, free from any lip painting stain, just a soft, unique and precious bow may be awaiting its arrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Margaret Mary, Glasgow. Now we have Noel Harrington.
Good evening. I was fortunate enough once to share the bill with Matthew Sweeney up in Sheridan's Wine Bar in Galway. There were 6 of us reading that night. I was on first, he was on the last. And he read one poem, and he read it with such skill and such malice that it remains the only poem I've ever heard that actually scared the shit out of me. And his reading tonight did nothing to dispel that notion from me. So this is a Galway poem, though I didn't actually write it in Galway. And it didn't seem to be too much about emigration, so I thought I'd better call it Another Emigration Song. It's not about an emigrant, it's about the person left behind. In the passenger seat, the window rain-lashed, I tried to see the ocean, its waves of temper, swells of pride and crests of fury as it licks its lips with malice. I'm in no hurry to answer the driver. Where we are going is not so simple. Besides, I'm listening to the wind. It's saying something vital. And those two in the back, half talking, half kissing, remembering a mention of some seapoint hotel, The sea point, repeats the driver with mock relief. In the seconds that the rain holds off, I see clear over the sea, under the cloud, through the dark of night, to a lit-up New York City, where you lie, held, your eyes searching for proof of what your heart tells you is true. My taxi stops, I pay the fare, step out into the storm. Thank you. I have been given permission to read 2 poems tonight. I think, I'm not sure if it's because I nearly died this year or because I turned 40. And every poem I've started this year has been about hospital, morphine, death, nightmares, such matters. You'll be glad to know that I haven't actually finished any of them. This poem is called Revelation. I think it's quite biblical. Could I, perhaps, sometime, see you naked? Maybe watch you undress, item by item, slowly letting fall your ideas of yourself. Could I wait while you rotate, slowly, perfectly nude, as a muse, for interpretation, delectation, and perpetual gratification? Soundless, trembling, could I close my eyes and decide my vision of you, a burning bush or golden calf? Thank you.
Brian Slattery, who sometimes writes under the name of Brian Blaney. Brian Blaney Slattery.
We have to go back to Cork. That's the only reason we're leaving. We're very sorry.
Thank you, Tom, for coping so well with that. Clear, starry nights must be the worst time to deal with tragedy. Because when you go out and look up at the stars and cry to the heavens, they look back at you impassionately. This is called Midnight Serengeti. The day is done, and midnight too has passed, but light as yet holds back its virgin veil. In their black celestial Serengeti, stars unmoved, their eyes impassive, stare. They've seen it all before. The burden's yours, they seem to say. And with the lifting light, they close their eyes, drift away, and you are left acceptance.
Occasionally in the wings we have Edward Dwyer.
The joy life can be. My girlfriend says the happiness we've found in finding each other is not something to be celebrated only beneath sheets and duvets, behind the drawn curtains or the closed door, when we're sure there's no one looking. No, she says it must be shared, its sight and even sound and scent released at every opportunity into this sad and lonely world, so desperately in need of believing in our kind of pure and absolute happiness. She says it's nothing short of our duty to walk through these streets holding hands, smiling widely.